So the campaign then, we've been talking about the election on the 2nd of May, but actually there's a different deadline and it is now 1 week and 6 days away. What we do on the 2nd of May all depends on what happens in 1 week and 6 days. For those of you that might not know, that's the close of nominations for any of the candidates we wish to field on the 2nd of May. What we can't afford to happen on the 2nd of May is for people who want to vote for us but are unable to vote for us. Such is the mood in the country at the moment that people are turning to us in volume. And these are people that, if they haven't voted for us before, it's a big move for them. But if they go to their polling station and they're going to make that big step, and they're going to vote for UKIP for the very first time, and they'll pick up their ballot paper, and it's a big deal to them to cross for the first time next to UKIP. No candidate. We stand the risk of losing them. Perhaps all. That's it. That was our only chance to capture them. So if you're not standing, then come to see me at the back. I can quickly sort that out. And let me tell you about some of the things we're doing to support our candidates, which of course means everybody in the room, doesn't it? Thank you very much. Excellent. For the first time ever, the party's subsidising target candidate flyers and leaflets. Looks like that, which is very small if you're sitting in the back. Come see me at the back and you'll see what we're doing. But basically we've got the important message of migration on the front of it. That doesn't change because we need to talk about it because we're the only party talking about it. On the other side, it's personalised. So we're talking about, say, 500 or 600 candidates nationally who are really going for it. These are people who want to become UKIP councillors, just like we'll hear from Cllr Chris Adams, like we heard a moment ago from Councillor Peter Reeve. We need to get a lot more people with the prefix councillor in front of them. So these are people that really want to go for it. Come and see me at the back. If you are a target candidate and you haven't yet seen that, come and see me. Also, we've got a manifesto that is so hot off the presses, it burns my fingers to touch it. You just don't know what the last 48 hours have been like. So, to introduce the Manifesto 2013, Councillor Chris Adams.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? That's not loud enough. I said, how are you? Are you enjoying yourself? Well, I'll tell you what, it's been absolutely fantastic today. We've had some absolutely superb speakers, and what a speech by Nigel Farage. Wasn't it good, ladies and gentlemen? Basically, I'm here today because I've been involved in the Local Manifesto. We've been producing these now for the last 3 years. There is a download, as Rob said, on the My UKIP website. It's got 12 pages. It contains loads and loads of policies here. So we're not that single-issue party that everybody keeps saying to me. Because basically, I'm voting UKIP. Who's voting UKIP in this room on the 2nd of May? Absolutely brilliant. But guess what? There's some people in this room won't be able to vote because they haven't got any county council elections. But guess what? There are 75 plus by-elections happening on the 2nd of May in some of the unitary authorities and in London, so you can vote UKIP. So I suggest go and vote UKIP on the 2nd of May. Some of our policies in here, I'm going to give you a very short resume of some of the policies. Here's one. I'm a councillor on Aylesbury Vale District Council, and I love it. I'll tell you why I love it, because I'm quite argumentative with the Chief Executive. Who earns £258,000 absolutely, £258,000, a chap called Martin Tett And he's the chief executive of Buckinghamshire County Council, and you've got a chap called Chris Williams who does a lot of the decision making. So that's one reason to vote UKIP. Here's a list for you why we could be, how we can be saving money. Cut excessive councillors' allowances and expenses. Slash excessive pay deals for senior council staff. Limit the number of high-paid council employees. Just for an instance, Bucks County Council, for 8 people, pay £1.1 million in wages. Can you believe that? It's on the net, 1.1 million. Cut the council's advertising and self-promotion budgets. Build partnerships to reduce costs, so interactive with other district, borough councils and county councils. Abolish non-essential and politically correct positions and red tape. Think of it. Of course, leave the European Union and save £53 million a day. What do you think of that? Here's one on my council. They went from fortnightly bin collections to weekly, but the EU land directive is increasing, so drop the EU land directive on bin collections and rubbish. Control immigration and ease the burden on local services. Close unnecessary central government departments and quangos. End wasteful EU and UK subsidies to renewable energy scams, such as the dreaded wind turbines and some solar farms. Here's a nice one for you. Require all visitors to exhibit adequate health insurance at port of entry. Make it easier, ladies and gentlemen, conference, for schools to sack bad teachers. Reduce bureaucracy in the educational system. Sell underused state-owned property and assets. Tax foreign lorries using British roads, which are under the control of your local county council or unitary or metropolitan council. Oppose EU directives adding artificial and detrimental costs to the economy. And one thing that we do when you become a UKIP county councillor, because some of you in this room will be one of those on the 3rd of May, don't be frightened. Enjoy yourself, get involved. You can then put motions in and seconds in and cause all sorts of nonsense or what they think is nonsense, but challenge absolutely every penny, dot every I and cross every T that your local authority is spending. And one thing, as a UKIP councillor, I make my own decisions on conscience for the local democracy. And that's what UKIP can do as a councillor. The Conservatives, Labour and Liberal cannot do that. So please stand forward for a UKIP county council seat. We're going to be back at the back of the room at the end of the day, well, straight after the speech. We'll be hoping to see a few of you. If you haven't got an election, make sure you go and help the neighbouring constituency. Please, we need your help. Just to finish off, one last thing. HS2. Oh, there was a big moan there. At the moment it's 33 billion. It's going to end up 60 billion. We're the only active party out there saying no to HS2. Now, I'm on a red light, which means I've got to get off. And what we can do is you can buy the manifesto at the back, which is basically 100 copies for £8. Rob will take your money either by cash or cheque, so please go to the back and order some. Can I just see, just before I go, because I know it's been a long afternoon, stand up if you are a county council candidate, please. That was your exercise for this afternoon. Now, the last question to you. Please stand up if you haven't got any elections or you're not a county council candidate. Please stand up.
It's honest.
Right. Everybody in the room, look at these people quickly. Hold on to their arm. Have they got a pulse? Can they write their signature on a nomination form twice or 3 times and get them to stand? We need your help, ladies and gentlemen, to win on May the 2nd.